everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. We are down here today at Galloping Ghost Pinball, our pinball arcade, which is just 2 blocks east of the Galloping Ghost Arcade, the largest arcade in the world. Just had an amazing stream with former Gamer of the Year, Pete Hahn, as he did a new world record in 1cc on R-Type Leo. We had a bunch of people asking to have us here at Pinball, and lo and behold, here we are. Pete Hahn has made it down here too. He's getting in a game of Elvira and the Party Monsters. Shout outs to Steven, thank you for joining us. Timothy Roth is the first one here. Awesome to have you here, man. Thank you so much. Bulldog is joining us. Jay, good evening. Chris, Pinball, we are here. Lots to see. Again, not open to the public just yet. It's coming soon. It's gonna be that time. Lars joining us. Lumbo is joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Fat Chris, Charles, John, Chris, Doc, on time. We did it today. A rarity, but we did it. And Ed, hello. Thank you for being here, man. Robert joining us. Jim, thank you for being here. So many awesome games down here at Galloping Ghost Pinball. Greg joining us. Nick Huddleston, a phenomenal artist that I know. Kevin saying, let's see the silver ball. Lee joining us. Thank you for being here. Fat Chris saying, man, look at all those pinball games. What's up with my haunted house? What's up, Fat Chris? Your haunted house is right here, man. How beautiful is that table? So awesome, multi-level, so cool. And thanks to Master Tech Ken Walker, everything is playing phenomenally well. We've got our Monster Bash, that topper up there. How cool is that? Carolyn joining us. Thank you for being here. Creature. That was one of our early pins. Absolutely love Creature. One of the, I would say, of the lineup, like I know this game so well, and it is absolutely amazing. That artwork, Creature from the Black Lagoon, the original lagoon right here. The Creature actually appears in a 3D hologram there, which is so cool. So rare that it actually works. Ours not only works, but we've got an additional NOS, new old stock of the actual Creature decal, which is so cool. Charles saying the topper on Creature is insane. It's so good. We got to do a little work on that still to get it all mounted properly. We'll get to that though. Shout out to Dan Icavelli. Thank you for being here. Lee saying, hope you're well from Hull, UK. Thank you for being here, man. Very awesome. Worminator saying, let's see, is here to see some Varcon. Varcon is so amazing. I saw Varcon at Pinball Expo. This woman named Phoebe, she had an amazing lineup. This was right when we were opening up Galloping Ghost Pinball. We didn't have it all open yet. And she had so many great games. She had Joust, she had Defender, she had Varcon, and I was like, wow, I would love to have these. These are the exact machines that I would want to have available for everybody to play at Galloping Ghost Pinball. She's like, none of them are for sale, and I don't blame her in the slightest bit. She had an amazing assortment, so generous of her to bring them out to Pinball Expo and share them with everybody for the weekend. But it was... And she's a collector. Of course she's not going to want to sell her games. But it really put us on the hunt for some of these rare games. And talking with other pinball collectors, they were like, oh yeah, you never see Joust. You never see Defender. You never see Varcon. And it's, often when I hear people say that on the video game side, it's like, oh yeah, I'll never find another one? Okay, I'm going to go see if I can find another one. And we found all 3 of them, and look at the condition. This is absolutely phenomenal condition. This is as we got it. We had nothing to really fix up on it. All the artwork, that side art is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful side art. The marquee is perfect. The bezel is perfect. And there he is, way back in there. Old Varcon, grimacing at you. It's so cool. It uses arcade sticks as for the flippers. So you've got lane changes over here. And then this to use the right flipper, this to use the left flipper. So amazing, so amazing. We'll get back to that though. Greg saying, yes, pinball. We've had people asking. We're back down here. Kevin saying, Doc, show me Iron Maiden pinball. We don't have Iron Maiden. We have a lot of horror-themed games. None of the newer music games, though. Let's take a walkthrough on everything we have. We were over by Varcon. Let's start right there. And first off, look at what we got here on the wall. Caveman, which is a hybrid game. It's pinball and a video game together. This was the first game with artwork from Jeff Lee, who creator of Q*bert, worked on so many great Gottlieb games. This was his first game he worked on. Personally signed to us saying best regards to Galloping Ghost Pinball, Jeff Lee. And it's Jeff Lee's birthday. So happy birthday to Jeff if you're watching. And if you know him on Facebook, make sure you wish Jeff a happy birthday. So we have Williams Varcon. These are then the three hybrid games. You have Baby Pac-Man, which it's got its beautiful play field. It's a small play field, but still very nice, very clean. And then the video screen. Granny and the Gators, another extremely rare game. And the video screen. And then Caveman. And again, this artwork on this table, just so awesome. Like that artwork there. Can you even see that? Just cool, just very cool stuff. Again, Jeff Lee's first game. Then we've got Twilight Zone. I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan, so we have to have Twilight Zone. This was actually donated to the arcade many years ago. And this and Millionaire were both donated. Twilight Zone is still here. Would never not have Twilight Zone here. I know one of the games that got Ken Walker really into pinball. This was one of his favorites. Twilight Zone, very deep pinball game. Addams Family, ours is in very nice shape, playing excellently. Tales from the Crypt. This is another one, it's a little bit of an underrated game. It has all the art, the back glass and the field have a lot of artwork reminiscent from the HBO series. You've got from the first, one of the first 3 episodes called All Through the House, which was the Santa Claus killer. You've got Bobcat Goldthwait there with Don Rickles was the ventriloquist dummy. Joe Pesci. So many very memorable scenes from the HBO series done in comic book form. Just really awesome. X-Files, another highly underrated game. Absolutely awesome based on the TV show. Viper Night Drive-In. Now this one, very, very important game because this is probably why there is Galloping Ghost Pinball. This done in association with Mancow. And Mancow had called us, or a mutual friend had kind of put us together, and he was like, hey, do you want to be on the Mancow show? And it's like, oh, absolutely, that'd be awesome. Call him up, he had us on the radio, we were promoting the arcade, and he was like, oh, do you have my game, Viper Night Driving? And I was not familiar with it at all. But he's like, oh, get that game, if you get it, we'll do an event at the arcade, and it'll be a lot of fun. So that put us in touch with Mancow. We started talking with him. We went out to his house and fixed his Viper Night Drive-In. When he went back on the air, they went off the air for a year shortly after that. But all throughout that year, we were talking with Mancow, and when we picked Viper up, it really kind of got me back in the spirit of like, man, that was fun tracking that down and fun getting it restored and fun now seeing Ken get it 100% and Greg working so diligently on this to get it 100%. And it was like, you know what pin I miss playing? I miss playing some F14 and I miss some Pinbot. And so that got us buying again. So, and then shortly after that, Galloping Ghost Pinball was a thing. Fat Chris saying, can't wait to go there for the first time. We cannot wait to have everybody back. We miss everybody, and just can't wait to have everybody to reopen to the public and have everybody back. Fat Chris saying, do we have Theater of Magic? I don't remember. We do not have Theater of Magic. Not yet, anyway. Maybe it's on the list. Maybe not. We're far from done from getting new machines here. Haunted House from Gottlieb. Gorgar. This actual table was donated to us from the Ketnick family. Known them for forever, and this was one that I had played as a kid. Black Knight. F14 Tomcat, absolutely amazing machine. Police Force. We had almost bought, the artwork on this game is absolutely phenomenal. And Python Angelo did it. Very, very cool. This machine, we were out in Ohio, so close to picking it up. Price was a little too high, and then we didn't get it. A week later, somebody came in and donated it to the arcade. So super generous. They really wanted it to be able to be played by everybody. Again, that artwork, just awesome. Just such a cool game. The original pin that we ever got, the first one, Funhouse Pinball with Rudy the Mechanical Man. There he is, voiced by Mortal Kombat legend of the industry, Ed Boon. This was one of my favorite pins for the longest time. Just absolutely love that. Amazing game. We've got Monster Bash. We've got an LE Monster Bash at that with the embossed monsters on the lockdown bar and the LED topper. Got Dracula right there, the Bride, and Frankenstein. So cool, so cool. Mirrored blades on the inside and all the cool toys within the playfield. Such an awesome, awesome table. This put out by Chicago Gaming Company. This was actually, we had one on loan from Chicago Gaming before this actually came out. So we had it first in Chicago, was right here. Starship Troopers, another super underrated game. Awesome movie. The pinball machine, absolutely excellent. Very, very cool. Then we've got Spirit, which we picked this one up at the Pinball Expo from Rob Burke. This artwork, absolutely beautiful. Again, another very underrated game because you never see it. Nobody sees it. Just an excellent game. And that's one of the things we really wanted to put new games that people hadn't seen or played too much. Like we've got the theme going of monsters and horror movies and stuff, but to be able to take rare games like Spirit and be like, look, you might have missed this, but this is awesome. And that's what we love doing here. Carolyn's saying so sick. It's all these. Lee, we just showed Adam's Family. Jimbo Slice joining us. Steven saying Creature from the Black Lagoon is great. Plus it has a Easter egg reference to Mortal Kombat as it came out months prior to Creature. Absolutely. So there is a hidden fatality in Creature from the Black Lagoon. Pete, did you know about that?
No, I'm watching your stream right
now. Oh, Pete's watching the stream right now. So that's awesome.
I had no idea. So
yeah, there's the one part where you can, you're getting close to your girl in the drive-thru, and if you have the right conditions, you'll notice the peeping Tom is lurking in the bushes.
It's like Reptile.
Like Reptile. But you get out of the car and you fight him on the display. And the left flipper throws the left punch and the right flipper throws the right punch. And you literally punch this guy's head off. And it says fatality, and it's so cool. If you are coming in,
If he says fatality.
yeah, it's awesome. It's straight out of Mortal Kombat. You just kill this peeping Tom, Mortal Kombat stuff. That would be a good achievement for pinball. Nick, what is up, man? Miguel saying blessings for everyone. Thank you for that, man. Hope everybody is doing great. Joe saying, do you have made Metallica AC/DC? We don't have any of the music themed pins. It's they're so personal preference. They're great pins, but yeah, maybe eventually, but currently no. Charles, thank you for being here, man. Joe saying Twister pinball is fun. You know, there's so many pins out there. We're still building. It's unlike the arcade. Space is a huge problem at the arcade, but it's just different here. We don't have the massive starting spaces we did with the arcade. Plus, the price of pins. We've got 40 pins here. There's more money in it cost us more money to buy these 40 machines that we have here than it did to buy all 768 machines down at the arcade. And that should tell you something about how expensive pins are, because we've got some expensive machines down at the arcade, to say the least. Bram Stoker's Dracula, another amazing game, super underrated. When we got this out, Ken and Maurice and everybody was playing Bram Stoker's. Then we've got the trilogy of Elvira and the Party Monsters, with those boogeymen up there. Very, very cool.
Is that the first one or the second one?
This is the first one. It started with Party Monsters and then went to Scared Stiff. This, personally, like, I love the new Elvira. I love the Party Monsters, but Scared Stiff was just so good with the huge ramp and Eyes of the Bony Beast. So good. That artwork. Ken Walker was working on the spider spinner and then hit a little bit of a wall. Doug Fox came in, got that finished up 100%. We actually have a color display going on for Scared Stiff. Pretty impressed with those. We might add a few more. We've got the new Elvira's House of Horrors. This one we got not too long ago. Well, not our newest pin. Spirit is our newest, and then this is our second to last pin that we got. This is one of the newest Stern games out there. It's the limited edition, number 186 out of 400. So we have the newest code on it. I think it is 0.95. One of the other cool things, the shout-outs on it done by Tim Kitzrow, who was the voice of NBA Jam and Blitz. Very awesome to have to know Tim did those. Another Stern Premium. We've got the Monsters. This one, the black and white edition. It's got Grandpa's Laboratory down there. And we did an event. We had Eddie Munster, Butch Patrick out. Very cool to have him out here not too long ago. John saying, pinball, baby. You guys got any plans to get a Mary Shelley's Frankenstein machine? You know, that would go good in the lineup. Maybe. Greg saying Varcon is looking good. It's so good. It plays perfect. So crazy to track down a Varcon machine. We got it out in California. Just happened to, right when we were buying machines. Literally all the hard to find machines that, talking with Ken Walker and Greg and a bunch of other pin people, they're like, these are going to be the tough games to find. Like Defender, you never see one. Varcon, good luck. Joust, good luck. Cubert's Quest, good luck. Aliens, good luck. And one by one, we got them. Fireball, this is the only EM that we have here at the Pinball Arcade. followed by Medusa. Another one we picked up from Rob Burke. That artwork just so good. It's got the zipper flippers that go in and out, which are just really awesome. Attack from Mars. This one we picked up while we were at Midwest Gaming Classic, followed by Revenge from Mars. This is got a video screen in the back, and the call-outs in this game are just hilarious. Amazing game. Another one, Space Invaders. This one was donated to us by the Stone family. Great one. Another one I played a lot growing up. This actual table. Played this one probably, actually when I was like 16 or 17. Played a lot of Space Invaders on that actual machine. Then you've got Defender. Again, super rare. One you don't ever see. Great way to they had the video game was doing well. They tried to incorporate it over on the pinball side. Same thing, Spy Hunter. Again, so many people were hard on this game, saying like, oh, Spy Hunter. And then they had a chance to really play it. And they're like, oh, Spy Hunter is pretty awesome. Definitely not the deepest table by any means. But some fun shots to say the least. Cubert's Quest. And you know, this is one, we have a bunch of rare games here. We really have to thank Troy Smith for hooking us up with a lot of them. We picked up this one, I believe I want to say this was at Midwest Gaming Classic as well. And Troy Smith, it was getting so much play at the show, and Troy was generous enough to make sure that it ended up with us, just so that everybody could enjoy it. And that's true with a lot of the machines. Like, Troy could be selling these to other people. He wants people to play them. And, well, he loves selling to collectors, and there's more money in it selling to collectors, but he really enjoys seeing people getting to play the machines. And this allows more people than just in a private collection to enjoy them. So huge thanks to Troy Smith. If you are ever buying a pin or an arcade game, make sure you go check out Troy Smith. Bulldog saying I would go crazy if I could get a Pac-Man pinball or Street Fighter pinball. We will see. We will see. Ito saying X-Files pinball, it's so good. Shout out to Darren. Thank you for joining us. Steven saying Street Fighter 2 was a good Gottlieb premiere table. Shout out to Tim Foley. Thank you for being here. April saying looks fun. Thank you, April, donating 50 stars. Thank you so much for that. Very, very generous of you. Greg Brandon saying this is the Twilight Zone is the best. It's so good. There's so much to that game, though. It is crazy. A very, very deep machine. John saying beautiful machine. Shout out to the techs who make it all possible. And that is really Ken Walker, Greg Gominas, and then our in-house guys, being Zach and Maurice and Shady, who work so hard. It's like if a flipper's not working, it's fixed instantaneously. Like, there's like maybe a handful of things that I've ever even had to deal with because my guys are so on top of this place. Occasionally, Doug Fox will have to come in if Ken Walker can't knock it out of the park. But just like Greg says, Ken Walker is famous. He is. He's absolutely amazing at fixing the machines and making sure that everything is 100% here. So huge shout outs to Ken Walker, Master Tech Ken Walker. April saying Twilight Zone brings back good memories. Oh, it is such a great game. Can't wait. Let us know when you're coming. Twilight Zone will be here. Ed saying I love that Twilight Zone plays Twilight Zone by Golden Earring during gameplay. It does. It makes it so good. Greg saying Tales from the Crypt is quite hilarious. Greg saying Viper is cool. Steven saying some trivia for Twilight Zone. Originally, the back glass was going to feature Rod Serling with a cigarette, but the concept was scrapped at the request of his widow, Carol. That makes sense. That would have been right in the time where it was like, can't always have the cigarette on you. Fat Chris saying, I'll give you $1 million for all of your pinball machines. I'd pass. I don't know. We'll show you why. In a few. Greg saying there's Man Cow. How awesome that Man Cow is on a pinball machine. He was on it. He does a lot of call outs in it, and you've got everybody from the old Man-Cow's Morning Madhouse doing call outs on there, and then you have Slash from Guns N' Roses doing all the music. Johnny saying the craziest pin setup I've seen is Doctor Who. It's also Mars Attacks is up there with the little rubber dancing aliens. That whole game is so good. Steven saying, as for Viper, the in-game music is based on Speed Parade, which was done by Slash's band known as Slash's Snake Pit. Absolutely. Such a cool concept to use a Chicago talent, and he at the time he was known all over, and then bring Slash in it and makes for a good pin. And you got it's a Viper. Can't beat that. April saying, Johnny, Mars Attacks has to be my absolute favorite. Mars Attacks, again, this has so much good stuff going on this table. The rubber aliens, the giant UFO. So good, so good. Amazing artwork, amazing shots. A lot of fun. Tim Peterson joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Shout out to Jeremy Fox of Prince Arcades. Thank you for being here, man. Kevin, is the pinball in a different place? I'm a video game guy, but looks super cool and fun. So pinball is 2 blocks to the east of the arcade. It's like a 3-minute walk. It's normally $20 to get into the arcade, $15 to get into pinball, or $30 for both, and then you're good all day and all night. Fat Chris asking question, what was that bolt I found on the haunted house playfield last year? I don't think we ever spoke about it again. I have no recollection at all of that. I'm sure it was from something, and where it went, hopefully back where it belonged, and I'm sure it did. I'm sure it got where it was going. Mike saying, how many more tables are in the vaults, and any plans of a weekly mystery stream for pinball? Oh, that would be
expensive.
That would be insanely expensive.
We could unveil games we already have.
We would almost have to. Pinball machines are no joke pricey. Literally, most of the machines are over what we spent for the first 114 machines that we bought at the arcade. We would get one pin for that amount of money. We got a great deal back then, but pin prices are astronomical right now. I'm glad we bought the arcade side stuff when we did, the video side, and we got a lot of phenomenal deals on pin prices, again, thanks to Troy, but they're just the nature of the beast. It's more expensive. We do occasionally do Friday mystery games. So if you see us announce a Friday mystery game, that means it's going to be here down at Galloping Ghost Pinball. But we don't exactly have, we don't have vaults for the pins. Usually when we get them, they come on the floor pretty quick. One of the Friday mystery games, do you remember when we did a Friday mystery game we had, how many games did we put up? Was it?
It was 4 right there. It was 3 or 4 in a row.
I think it was 4, yeah. That was an amazing stream. It was
we started on the left and went all the way down.
Yeah, it was Bram Stoker's Dracula, Medusa, Party Monsters, and Monsters.
Was it?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I think those were the 4 that we put up all in one day. It was a ridiculous. That's quite a lineup going on the floor for one day. Thomas Roth, thank you for being here, man. Very awesome. April saying, oh my goodness, that looks creepy and fun. Everything here, because we've got 40 pins, we've really vetted out these pins. We think people are really going to enjoy them. Peter, what is up? Thank you for being here, man. Cody, we will get to that in a second. Peter saying, this makes me miss going out in public, and that's not something I normally miss. Well, we cannot wait to be back open to the public and have everybody back. So we hope to see you here, man. let's see. Cody saying it's during the video mode. Yes, in Creature. Tim saying, how did I not know that? You have to check that out. If you are a fan of Mortal Kombat, come down to Pinball and check out, see if you can get the Creature from the Black Lagoon Fatality. Fat Chris donating 250 stars. Thank you so much for that. He says it's coffee and cheeseburger time. Thank you, man. Very much appreciated. Fat Chris saying, we need a Zeppelin pin. If one does not get made, let's make it. You know, the licensing on that might be pricey. We'll keep it in mind. Greg saying, release any new pins on August 13th. August 13th, our 10-year anniversary at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Maybe it'll be a new pin. Who knows? Somebody knows. We will see. Mike saying, Stern has some awesome Star Wars games. They really do. Stern has just been going crazy putting out great games. Peter saying, I love the horror pins. They are really top drawer. There's the artwork and the thematic theme just works so well. April saying you should do a registration at first when you open up and keep attendance at an okay level. Hopefully, though, you can open up soon. Hopefully. We will be making some posts soon. Get some more information on how things are going along. So we will keep everybody posted. And we miss everybody. We want to have everybody back soon. Ron saying you must have gotten deals on those 700 plus arcade games. We really did. Starting back in 2010, games used to be $50, $100, and not like now where everything's $1,000, $800. So we got in at a very opportune time. For pins, they were always pricey. Not like back then they were pricey, not like they are now, but still always more expensive. Thomas Ross saying, what's up, Doc? A little late to the stream, but did not want to miss it. What's Arcade Addicts? Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here so much. You're an amazing supporter, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And then Thomas Roth donating 1,000 stars, man. Thank you so much, man. Super generous of you. You're absolutely amazing. You gotta definitely let me know when you're coming. You're gonna get some red carpet behind the scenes treatment for sure. Sean, thank you for being here. Jason saying scared stiff. Hell yeah, such a fun game. Dennis saying Monsters is awesome. Gert joining us. Thank you for being here. Thomas saying Theater of Magic is my favorite. Hopefully in the next year. I wouldn't be surprised. It is an amazing game. Maybe it'll be here. Greg saying, Revenge from Mars is too cool. I need to play it. It is so good. So moving on with the walk around, we got Pinbot. We had originally bought one from Ken Walker. Several of the machines, we had pinball on the arcade floor, and I don't think we ever did it that well. They always were getting so much play on them. And I think it was the best thing in the world, moving it to its own building. It has space. It's the machines they're getting a lot of attention and making sure the maintenance is number one. Got Bride of Pinbot. You've got Jackbot. So the entire Pinbot trilogy right there. Then moving on, we've got two-player Joust, which this is so rare. Again, we were two-player at the same time. One player stands here, and you go head-to-head. You can play it single-player, but definitely an amazing experience playing it two-player. Got that artwork there. The artwork on this just so good, so amazing. Then moving on, we've got Nightmare on Elm Street. This was one we had at the arcade, and everybody loved it with the Freddy head and the boiler room furnace. Just such a great machine. But ours at the arcade had so many problems. We ended up selling it off, and we got another one. And it's had some issues, but now it's playing beautifully. Peter saying, what's everyone's favorite arcade documentaries? I need to fill the void. There's a bunch of them out. The King of Kong is obviously one of the most popular, and Richie Knuckles has one. There's a Tetris documentary with our good friend Chris Tang. Thomas Ross saying Theater Magic. I'll own one by the end of the year, but they're like $8,000. They are very expensive. The pins in general. Gert saying Space Invaders is a piece of art. It's so good. It is so good. On to Creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, this is got a lot of modes and a great pin to learn on. Just very, very cool. Worminator saying, I know I talk about Varcon a lot, but it's really an amazing game. It really is. It is so good. April saying, I miss Midwest Gaming Classic. So much fun at that event. It really is. It really is. Carolyn, you did not yet. We're 2, 3, 4 machines away. We're creeping up on it. Jay saying, I always buy a pass for both arcade and pinball every time I visit, even if I only spend my time in the arcade and don't make it down to pinball. Gotta support the Ghost. Jay, thank you so much for that. It is so amazing. People like you that make this place work, and you guys get it. The community behind it is just phenomenal, and it makes us keep pushing what we can do. We keep adding games at the arcade every week, opening areas like Galloping Ghost Pinball, and we really thank everybody that really supports us, because you guys do it, and we love doing what we do, which is giving you access to play all these crazy games that you might not be able to play anywhere else. Jonah's saying, what's the pin you wish you had the most? You know, the ones that we want are obtainable. The hard to find stuff, we've already found it. There's always going to be a few games like King Kong, and Crawl looks amazing, but so expensive. So who knows if we'll ever have one of those. We'll see. We'll see. Shoutouts to Rich DeVizio, one of the legends of Mortal Kombat. Thank you for joining us, man. Hope everything is going well by you. Caesar and Efren joining us. Thank you for being here. Caesar saying arcade legend. Thank you, man. Rich DeVizio, what is up? Glad to have you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Thomas saying, Tim Pearson, trust me, brother, my wallet and knows to hurt all the rare great games, all above $8 to $10,000. They are so pricey. Efren, is the X-Files pinball ready? It is ready to go right there. Such a good game. It's waiting for everybody. Tim saying, I think it's Tales from the Crypt. You can feel that from across the room. The shaker on Tales from the Crypt is just so strong. Like you do. You feel it everywhere in the building. Chad, I will have to check to see if you're still in the top 5 of Pinbot, Bride of Pinbot. It's an amazing game. Greg saying Mars Attack is the best looking. It's so good. Greg saying, take my $30. Thank you, man. We can't wait to have everybody back. Greg saying, Pete got summoned. He is here. He is here. Let's see. Ken is asking, what a medium price a new collector could expect to spend on a pin. Just strictly curious if you're willing to divulge. So it depends. Like there's EMs and older pins and less sought after pins. So you can get you'll see them for $500, $600, even less sometimes. But if you're looking for something, they go all the way up. Like you can find a pin for $2,000 or $1,000. If you're looking for something new, you're looking at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000. Depending on if it's a premium, a limited edition, or what you're getting. So Jeffrey saying Bonsai Run goes for around $12,000. Yeah, there's a few pins out there where even $12,000 is you're going to be paying more. Jesse saying, I haven't been over to the new place yet. We hope to see you here soon, man. It's we're building quite the collection, so more coming for sure. Let's see. Thomas saying, if anyone's interested trying to raffle for a new pin, they do it all the time. It's a really good charity, Project Pinball. Definitely, Thomas, let us know when the next one is going. We'll be happy to promote it. Greg saying, never heard of Pinbot. Amazing game. Definitely a staple that you should play. Andy saying, sad you're not open, but wow, can you play whatever you want? No wait. Yeah, right now it's we have our choice. Pete was just over there playing Party Monsters. Just walk right up and start playing. Peter saying 10 years. Dang, congrats, dude. Also, there's a huge delay. It is. We get so many questions, and it takes a bit of time to get through all of them. So if your question isn't being answered right away, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. Rich DeVizio saying, are there any pin titles that ever shared both video, stand-up, and pin? Absolutely. Well, of course, there's Q*bert and Defender, Space Invaders, Spy Hunter, Street Fighter, Mario Brothers. All those had pin and video side to them. And then, of course, there's the hybrid games that were both out of the box. Baby Pac-Man, Granny and the Gators, and Caveman. Thomas Ross saying, I would love to see a Nirvana pinball machine since they're constantly doing band themes. I would definitely buy a limited then. Nirvana, you never know who they're gonna do next. So just kind of have to wait to see what Stern comes up with. Chad saying Joust is super fun. Tim saying I want Joust so bad. Greg saying what? 3 Pinbots? Yeah, the entire trilogy is here. Smoked Out Gaming saying played that bad boy in Nashville last year. Peter saying that 2-player Joust is the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. When we were putting Joust, that was our 27th game at Pinball. And we unveiled it at the opening night, March 1st, 2019, I believe. 18? Was it 18? No.
Yeah, you're right.
2019. Yeah. We had it under our legendary tarp, and we put a big box on top of it, so everybody thought it was a regular pin, and nobody was guessing Joust. And took the tarp off, the box went with it, and there it was. So a little trickery and misdirection. Tim saying, thank you for not putting on the Freddy topper. It obscures the translate.
I'll break your fingers next time.
That was coincidence. We still have the Freddy topper. We've had people ask about it. That hand placement of it is a little awkward. The creature one, not so bad, but we'll see. We'll see if that one makes a return. Fat Chris saying, tell Josh to release the Insert Coin documentary. That is an amazing documentary. I'll be talking to Josh. Maybe we can get some more info on when that's coming out, because that's something that everybody should be watching, because that is an amazing documentary. Alexa's saying that Creature from the Black Lagoon topper, that is so good. We've had that topper. We got to get it rewired. One of the eyes wasn't working right, so we got to run new power to it. Let's see. George saying, Doc, if you had to pick an arcade game, what's your favorite? I would probably say Narc. That was the first arcade machine I ever purchased. Thomas saying, I've been searching high and low for a firepower pinball. It came into my grasp and slipped through 3 times. I've been outbid. I've been on the hunt for the grill games is half the fun of collecting. I'll keep an eye out, man. I'll let you know if I find one. Jonas saying, let's talk about the 10-year anniversary. So the 10-year anniversary for Galloping Ghost Arcade is going to be August 7th. It's a week. It's going to be a week long of events. It's going to be starting on the August 7th, 8th, and 9th with our T20 tournament in 20 games down at our production offices. Historically, last year we put out 14 new games for the tournaments, so definitely come join us for that. On the 10th, that's our anniversary Monday mystery game. We are going all out with a mind-blowing game, so join us for that. If you ever catch us, if you don't normally watch us on Twitch and you can't make it out, catch the stream because it is going to be ridiculous. There's not been a game put out like that. Well, there's been maybe a game put out like it, but don't miss it on August 10th. Then on the 13th, that's our actual anniversary, so we'll be announcing our new Gamer of the Year. It's going to be an interesting one this year. Then we've got, and we always have cake and pizzas and fun stuff, so join us for that. And then on the 15th, we're going to be having a huge bash at the arcade with hopefully the most people ever playing arcade machines at one time. Going to be trying to get out some YouTube stars and industry celebrities, and it's going to be a fun time. So we hope everybody joins us for that. It is going to be big, though, so nothing's going to stop that. I think everything will be back to normal by then. So we hope to see everybody here. Tim saying, are you planning on doing arcade scorecards like you have for the arcade? We absolutely will. We've been adding pinball to be handled properly through Arcade. It was never really set up right for Arcade. So we're adding so much more to Arcade. We bought Arcade a while back and have been trying to improve it, and we will be doing all the scorecards on pinball pretty soon. Sean saying, I saw you have 1 month and 1 year passes to the arcade. Do you have a 1 month and year combo pass for sale for arcade and pinball? We do. It might not be on the website. If you wanted to buy one online, you can always go to Galloping Ghost Reproductions. Just shoot an email to us through that site with what you're looking for, and they'll hook you up there. Let's see. Greg saying, dude, seriously, 15 grand for a pin? Oh, there's plenty more expensive pins than 15 grand. Tim saying, when I was last at Galloping Ghost Pinball, I was surprised how much fun Bram Stoker's Dracula was. The way they got the ball to float across the field was awesome. That is so good. The mist pinball, it uses magnets to drag the ball across the playfield. Super cool. I had never seen anything like that, and that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to get that pin. Peter taking off. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. April sending 200 stars. Thank you so much. Super generous of you. I very much appreciate it. Definitely can't tell you how much we appreciate the support in these times. David saying, hi, Doc. This is David, New Jersey. I can't wait to open my Arcade 2 Morristown Game Vault. Congratulations. It's an amazing thing to open your own place, man. Let us know if we can help support. Peter saying, actually, I can keep watching on my phone. Glad you're staying with us, Peter. Jefferson joining us. Thank you for being here. Worminator, did I miss the aliens pin? No, it's coming up. It's coming up. We'll continue on. Again, everybody knows I'm a huge Godzilla fan. Not so much the 98. It's not really Godzilla, but we've got Godzilla Pinball. Another one we picked up from Troy Smith. This one has the largest ramp in pinball, and it goes all the way. The ramp is one piece. Super cool. Awesome game. Again, another underrated one. One that's not underrated, that everybody knows, everybody's aware of, but many haven't been able to play it, is Alien. This one was from Highway Pinball. It's got the xenomorph eggs. Got the face huggers. We have new face huggers that we'll be putting on very soon. 3 LCD screens in this game. One in the center, the lower center, the upright one, and then the big LCD screen. So when you start, if you hit the left flipper, you're going to be playing Alien. You've got 2 different, full-out, different pin modes going on. If you start the game and press the left flipper, you're playing Alien. If you hit the right flipper, you're playing Aliens. So amazing. The coolest thing, the Xenomorph head, right there. When you shoot the ball, it'll lock onto the magnet that's right there. And the little mouth will come out and grab the ball. It has a magnet on the end and pull back in. Just absolutely unbelievable. It's such a cool pin. This one we picked up out in Michigan. It was quite an ordeal to get it here, but we're really happy that we got it. Everybody was playing this one before we opened, and it was one of those things where you're not going to find. These are so rare. It's so absolutely rare. Tim saying, I would pay you to not put that topper on. We'll look at it. We'll look into it. Maybe we'll leave it off, man. Maybe we'll leave it off. Peter saying, we need a Galloping Ghost documentary. If no one is making one, I will. Hit us up. We've had a few shoot. Often, though, they never materialize. Greg asking, how many pins in the vaults? Unfortunately, we don't have a backstock of games in the vaults. As soon as we get them, we're so anxious. We want to put them out. The vaults for the video side, we've got 195 games in the vault still. So those, we can put them out a few at a time or one a week, as the case may be. And I think it's enough to keep everybody busy, but we'll keep adding stuff to pinball as we can. Johnny Jones donating 200 stars. Thank you so much for that. John Adamek donating 3,000 stars. Thank you so much for that. That is super generous of you. Again, we're new to stars. It's a way to show your support for streamers and stuff, and thank you so much for that, John. Definitely hit me up next time you're coming out, man. Very much appreciate that. Super generous of you. Carolyn saying Alien. It is so good. Definitely a rare pin that you're not going to be able to play at too many other places. This is one of those things where this is an expensive game, but it was like, this is what we have to put out there. This is the stuff that if we don't have this out there, what are we really doing? Like there's other places that you can play pinball at, and we want to give you stuff that you're not going to be able to see anywhere else. And Alien was one. It's like everybody talked about it, and everybody was like, yeah, it sounds like a great game. I've never seen one. I've never played one. Freddie calling out. But it was like, yeah, we absolutely have to have this, and we could not pass it up. We're talking with all of our guys, like, should we get this? Should we get this? And it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, we have to. This is exactly what we have to do. Charles donating 2,235 stars. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. So good, so supportive of us. We really appreciate that. All the money that the stars that you guys are donating, it helps us keep growing it. It helps us keep building. This has been such a tough time with, obviously, our 2 best months. We've missed it, and it helps. Every dollar helps. We put it all right back in to keep growing things, keep making it bigger and better, more repairs, and we really appreciate all your help. So, Charles, thank you so much. Super generous. Tim saying, my son loves Alien and Attack from Mars. They're both spectacular games. Those lights going off like on the power loader. So good. What a complete package this game is. So good. Shout outs to Master Tech Ken Walker for joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Sorry you couldn't make it down to pinball. Me and Ken are going to be doing a stream from here very soon. Don't worry about that. Johnny Jones donating 50 stars. Thank you so much. Again, you guys are so amazing. Very, very much appreciated, Johnny. Greg saying, never played Alien. I bet I'd like it. If you like the movie, there's so many call outs from the movie it's so good. Pete, you up for playing some Alien? Pete's going to play some Alien. Thomas Roth donating 1,000 stars. You're so amazing, man. I cannot tell you enough, man. Definitely very anxious for you to come in. You're gonna see some. You're gonna have a good time here, man.
Hold the left flipper.
You can just start it and then.
Oh God, it's moving right towards you.
So it says right up top, use left flipper for aliens. If you hit the right flipper, it'll go to aliens. Aliens.
Let's do it. A little more
And then
action.
you can shoot the.
Take it away.
There you go.
Skill shot awarded.
So good.
Oh man.
That's all right. That's all right. John saying, you're welcome. My family and I love your place. Thank you so much for that. Very, very much appreciated, John.
Let's go. Hit him out.
Very awesome of you. Thomas, thank you again. So super generous of you. Johnny Jones sending 1,200 more stars. You guys, so generous. Thank you so much, man. You guys are just awesome. I can't tell you enough. Adam saying, do you guys have t-shirts for sale? We do. You can check them out at Galloping Ghost Reproductions.
Going down.
If there's anything on there that you don't see, just hit us up.
Take it away.
Greg saying, I want to live in the pinball building. There's a bit to do here. Greg saying, Ken Walker, the superhero. Jonas saying, the greatest place on earth. Greg saying, Alien needs a topper. Thank you, Ken Walker, for posting that link to Reproductions. So here, this was the most expensive pin that we had bought, was Alien. And so crazy rare. Dwayne, thank you for joining us from Georgia. Love the arcade. Thank you for being here, man. Thomas Ross saying, you're the best, Doc. Keeping my childhood alive, man. Thank you so much, man. It's an honor to have people that love this stuff as much as I do in the stream chat. And appreciate all your support, man. You're so amazing and really appreciate it. Mike donating 2,235 stars because last but not least is my favorite movie. Sean saying, donating 100 stars as well, saying get a mini hype train going on Facebook Live. You guys are so awesome. Jonas saying, do you sell food at the arcade? Very minimal. We try to focus and do everything. Keep the focus on the games. All right, this is what everybody's been waiting to see. The one of one Predator. So this was being worked on by Skid B. And they were doing a pre-purchase on it. They were doing pre-sales. They had about $800,000 in pre-sales for this game. They were selling them all over the place. Initially, they were just showing it at shows, and they would take this one out, and they were letting people play it, and people were like, wow, this game is going to be amazing.
People ain't paying us by the hour.
The artwork is so good. The presentation with the skull and spines was just awesome. The mini skull and spine in the cabinet, the hanging skinned bodies and everything. Just absolutely ridiculous. Such a good game. The guy who was creating it was talking about it, and people started buying it, and people were getting excited for it. And then he started not talking as much. And shortly after, they're like, oh, wait, like, how's the production coming? You've stopped talking. What's going on? What's going on? And he then stopped even returning messages and everything. People were getting really concerned. And then they were going like, oh, everything's all right, right? And people started to suspect something wasn't right. And it turned out that he did not have the rights to the game. He says he thought he had the rights to the game, but he didn't. So he basically like scrapped the project and had to, I'm not even sure where he ended up, but he couldn't sell the game. 20th Century Fox was trying to get this machine from him. He sold it when things started going bad. And there's a court order in the machine that says that it was legitimately sold, so they couldn't come and take the machine. This is another one that Troy Smith really, he called us up at like 10 o'clock. And like 3 days before, we had just bought Alien, we had just bought Varcon, we had just bought Joust, we had just bought, what else did we buy? There's one more. We had our money in for Monster Bash, so we were spending like crazy. And I told Troy about a week before, I'm like, Troy, I can't buy anything else. Don't bring me anything crazy right now, please, because I can't. We're spread so thin. We've spent so much. Varcon, that's a 5-digit game. Joust, 5-digit game. Monster Bash, 5-digit game. A lot of expensive games. I'm like, no more, man, no more. And my phone rings at 10 o'clock. And I pick up, I'm like, Galloping Ghost. And Troy's like, oh, what are you doing? You might want to sit down. I'm like, no. Like, what do you have? I knew he had something. And he's like, I'm going to tell you a price. And I'm driving in from out of state right now. I need to know very, very soon. Everybody's going to want this. And I can drop it off tonight if you got cash, and we'll do a deal. And he's like, it's Predator. And the number he told me kind of hunched me up a little bit. I was cringing over that. It doubled me up. It was like, oh.
Punching Street Fighter.
Yeah, very much like, and it was like, we can't not have this. This is a one of one. This is what you guys want. This is exactly what you guys want, would be stuff like Predator. Charles donating 300 stars. Thank you so much, man. Super generous of you. Absolutely amazing. And we just could not pass it up. And here it is for everybody. The only one in the world that you can come play. And we felt so bad that people got a bad deal from this guy. And we let it be known, if you were buying into purchase Predator from Skit B and you never got yours and you lost out on money, this one is here for you to play absolutely free at any point. Just make sure you bring us let us know how you were paying for the machine. You got to bring proof and everything, but there were so many people that were really upset by not getting their pin from Skit B, and it was the least that we could do. Since this is the only one, we want to share it with people. Worminator saying, all the stars I donated won't cover the bill on Predator, but it's worth a story behind it. Thank you so much for that, man. Everybody, you all have been absolutely amazing. I've amazed at the amount of stars that you guys have thrown this way today, and we really appreciate it. We cannot wait to have you all back, and we miss you very, very much. Appreciate the support. We cannot tell you enough about that. And we're going to keep doing what we do. Pete here, still enjoying pinball. Checking out some caveman over there. So we're going to keep doing what we do. We appreciate that everybody wanted us down here at Pinball. So fun to take a walk around Galloping Ghost Pinball. We cannot wait to have you all back, hopefully very soon. And let me know. We'll play some pinball when you're coming out. Until then, I'm going to run back down to the arcade, get a few more things fixed for today. Peter saying, thanks, Doc. Keep it up. I'll definitely reach out about shooting a documentary. Thank you, man. Johnny, let me answer one more question before we go. I missed it. Is Predator working now? So we have put so much work on this machine. This machine had so many problems when we got it. literally the screws were falling out of this cabinet. It had all sorts of problems with resetting, and all of it has been fixed. It is very, very solid now. It's a prototype, so there's always going to be issues, but it's much more solid than it's ever been. So definitely, if you've played it before, come take another look at it, because it's looking pretty good. So, but I'm heading back down to the arcade. We're going to fix a few more things and get some things ready we got Mondays already coming up, so that's only Thursday. Plenty of time. But thank you all for everything. You guys, again, so generous of you. Thank you, everybody. And can't wait to have you all back. So until tomorrow, we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow. If we don't do a live stream on Twitch, we will definitely be here at 5 p.m. So hopefully we'll see both. But so until tomorrow, everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you all again. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is staying safe and being well. And thank you all so much. So until tomorrow, everybody, thank you. This is Doc Mack from Galloping Ghost Pinball and the Galloping Ghost Arcade. We hope to see you around the arcade soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Be safe.